We'll be ready for like 10 minutes while you've been faffing about.
Well, I wanted to sort it. So, in 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
You alright there, Ross?
I'm dying.
You are dying quite a bit. Welcome to Badger's Burrow podcast. How y'all doing?
Maybe.
Good.
What the fuck is all this, Alex?
I don't fucking know.
Me and Alex.
Right before we came on here, I explained this. I've never played this fucking game before.
That is true. Yeah, me and Alex are playing speedrunners.
Mm-hmm.
Not a game that we're particularly familiar with. How do I do the? Oh yeah, there we go. I've got it.
I might join you at speedrunners once I'm finished in
Shit.
GTA.
Yeah. What are you playing, Ross?
At the minute, I'm.
Ow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I ran over some pigeons and some boxes. Whoa!
Nice. I'm playing
fuck.
Burrow. I'm about to once this mod demo.
Fuck.
No.
No!
Yeah.
Damn it.
You grapply little fuck. This is not good content for a podcast.
No, it's not.
No.
It is not. It is not.
Oh.
Oh.
So, ow, you fucker. Stop laying boxes, you fuck.
No, it works.
It does work, it's pretty funny.
Fuck. Wall's my one weakness. I feel like we should do like one round of this and then not play it anymore because this is going to be a very shite podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
You boxy bitch.
Oh. But what's everybody been up to, guys?
Not much. Working and dying.
Nothing.
You slut.
I know. I'm terrible. How dare I do what society demands of me?
What are you dying of, Ross?
I'm just deaf.
Death. How did?
I don't know if the mic caught that.
No. I
It caught
can't hear
noise.
I could hear
Jess
a
just goes
little
from the other side of the room. You're so over dramatic. I
you.
have raging sore throat.
Yeah, what?
A raging sore throat. And it
Rip.
is a nightmare to eat, drink, and even talk. So I decided to sit in on an hour-long podcast.
I thought you were going to say urinate for some reason there.
Makes sense.
I thought he said moon talk, and I was like, what?
Min talk? What?
No, moon talk. I was really confused.
Oh,
How
ow.
did? Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That's
I
not
heard
good.
the word moon and I heard the one talk.
How
The
do you
one?
what, Alex?
The one talk? The word talk.
I was
The
trying
word-
to figure out how to slide.
It's Y.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Does anybody been playing any new games lately?
I bought WRC 7 the other night.
And what's your thoughts?
It's a game.
Good thoughts.
Played it.
Good, well done.
I've been playing more of Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm still trying to work out the storyline. Something about a dead kid and things like that, but it's really good. Worked out a lot better than I thought it would be.
Fuck.
What did you not expect much of the new Assassin's Creed? Oop.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I was worried about it because everyone was saying the controls were all different and everything. I genuinely was getting a bit worried, but it was actually really good. The controls, I like them.
Yeah, it's
Fair enough.
They are very similar to Dark Souls controls, which are very weird controls, but once you're used to them, it's fine.
Yeah, like it did take me quite a while to actually get used to how everything was working, but it ended up really well. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm finding it quite short though. I feel like I'm halfway through it, but I feel like I've only not long started it.
Yeah. I just unlocked this new level.
Done.
Are you out? Are you?
Yeah, I'm out. Fuck it.
You're not playing again.
No, I need to put my game where I can actually talk while playing, and that is not a game where I can do that.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on
this
Destiny.
game is called learning.
Oh, I don't know if I want to come and play Destiny or if I want to stick with what I originally put on here.
It's up to you.
What did you originally put on?
I actually put on Medal of Honor Airborne, so I'm playing through that now.
Ooh.
Because I decided to go on a bit of a gamer score binge again.
Yeah, you have.
So I've actually
Played Gone Home last night.
Yeah, I did play Gone Home. That was a really good game. I didn't not give it nearly the attention it deserves. I think it's actually a really well put together, really atmospheric game. It's one of those kind of walking simulator type games, essentially. But,
You were jumping at it.
yeah, it's kind of horror based, but there's no actual scares and there's no actual deaths or anything like that. But it has got a bit of a horror atmosphere because it's just a spooky house that it puts you in.
It plays on your. It was created to play on your senses just by like harnessing the feeling that you get when you're home alone in the middle of a storm, and like it really like is sent to kind of creep you out, but it's really good in the way that it's done. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it is really, really good. But I essentially ran through it, twice last night?
Twice. You ran through it once with the commentary mods on it.
Yeah, and basically just like it was all in effort to just rinse achievements through it. It has like 10 achievements, and I got like 750 of the possible 1,000 gamer score out of it.
Yeah.
In like
There's one achievement which
2
is
hours.
the worst.
It's not the worst, it's more than possible. The problem is that it's broken as fuck.
It is broken. It is broken as fuck. The whole thing is to try and beat the game in less than a minute. I've done it in 58 seconds, and it still says that I haven't done it.
What was my time last night? Was that 58 as well?
58 as well.
Yeah.
We both have 2 seconds to spare when we did it.
Yeah. So, apparently the speedrun record for it's like 46 seconds or something like that, but that legitimately has to be from a computer, like a PC.
Yeah, the sensitivity is ridiculous.
Even when your sensitivity is maxed out on your Xbox controller, it's still fucking slow as shit. Like, it's not a responsive game in the slightest. It doesn't need to be. It's not like a fucking first-person shooter or anything. It's a walking simulator, but you would just expect high sensitivity to actually mean high sensitivity. And
yeah.
Oh, Ross, we went back and played a bit of we played some Master Chief Collection tonight.
Yeah, we did. We played the first 2 levels of Halo 1.
Ooh.
It was nice.
It was nice.
It was fun.
Good game.
Yeah, I was having a lot of fun playing that. It's really good. And so another game which I've been playing through my gamer score binge has been a Zombie, that one that came out for free on the Games with Gold.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Games with Gold, I was totally going to read them out for February, but they're not released yet, so I can't.
Fair enough.
Have to do that next podcast. But yeah, the zombie game which was like the Wii U port of a game that was meant to be unique in the fact that you could kind of like take pictures of people's faces and it would sort of code them into the game. So it would be like you were the survivor and you were actually running away from like people that you knew as zombies. And that was its kind of unique selling point, but when it's not on the Wii U and it doesn't have that functionality, it's just a really shit zombie game. Like, it was really shit. Like, I got through to, like, basically the end of the second level and just thought it was, like, so unplayable that I couldn't even be bothered finishing it. Like, I'm so close to just removing it off my Xbox entirely. I don't even want to play it for the achievements. It's that bad. and Alex knows full well what shitty games I'm prepared to play for achievements.
Yeah.
Like, I played some real shit when we had that bet going.
I've decided to go and
Can't
play
confirm.
Ark, by the way, just FYI.
Woohoo! How's your dinosaurs coming on? You want to? You should talk about your boat mod.
Oh yeah, fucking boat mod. I downloaded a mod just to give me more boats in the game. Because you only get one boat and it's
Oh, I
shit.
shot it right in the throat.
And I built one and it started to fly. But it was like a Viking
What?
longboat. Yep.
Did you ascend to Valhalla in it?
I did not know. I ascended right into the side of my built house.
Your built house.
Yeah. Because I've got another building that I have under construction. So there was a boat in my house. It was a rather inconvenient thing.
Oh, fucking the controls in this game, man. So awkward. You ever find that like games should just like at this point there's established control schemes for like each genre of game, and anytime one of them tries to like fucking like mess with it a wee bit, it doesn't work properly. Like playing Medal of Honor Airborne right now. Another game that I'm playing through in my sort of quest for achievables at the moment. And also just to kind of do what Alex kind of inspired me to do a couple of years ago and playing through loads of games that I had sitting. In that, like, I'm pretty sure we're all guilty of it, that we either pick up multiple games when they're on sale or we just like pick up the games with gold and never actually fucking play them. I have like 40 odd games at this point on my Xbox that I've not even touched. So this is like this is a sort of self-proclaimed gamer score binge for the reason of actually going through
those games.
actually going through and playing the games that I've had sitting for an age and just haven't actually played yet. Because I feel like if you own the game, even if you got it for free, you should at least try it out. So this is me going through all my games. Played Zombie, even for achievements, I can't even stick with that game. It's just really shitty. It's not even 360 levels of graphics. It looks really terrible. It plays really terrible. Has anybody apart from me here played Dying Light?
No.
I've watched people play it,
But
if that counts. I've been in the same
is
room
that-
while
that's the
other
mad
people have been
sort of-
playing it.
Parkour Zombie one, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's
Maybe the same folk made the island.
yeah, that's exactly that one. So it's
They're not making Dead Island too. I'm sad about it.
yeah, it's kind of weird in a way.
Somebody else was making it.
They hit home with fucking Dying Light though. Dying Light's fucking great zombie game.
played it.
Zombies and parkour. I couldn't recommend it higher. Honestly, I had a really really good time playing that game and would quite happily go back and play it all again. The zombies thing is such an overdone thing. Like these days, it's really difficult to find a recommendable one. But in all honesty, like I really can recommend Dying Light. It's a really really fun zombie game, just for like how like actually playable it is. Like it's really fucking fun. It's really responsive. Kind of plays like Dead Island. Kind of plays a bit like a Far Cry game, but it's got like a Mirror's Edge style parkour in it. And you eventually like end up getting like basically a fucking customizable like zip line that can like whip onto anything that you want really.
Yeah.
And it's just really fun. It's really fun like the way that you can actually move around the game. It's kind of like Destiny in the way that the game is just fun to play. Like the content wouldn't have necessarily mattered. The actual just gameplay of it is really really good. But they made a lot of the content actually half decent as well. So, in terms of a recommendable zombie game, I would absolutely recommend it. Ross can attest to this earlier on as well, because reason for bringing up Dying Light originally was that zombie just really it feels like that game for me because it's first person zombie survival zombie shooter sort of thing, and it just doesn't handle it very well at all. Like.
No.
It's clunky, it's slow, nothing feels like it should be right. The weapons aren't satisfying to use. There's just not a huge amount recommendable with it at all. Like, I know, fair enough, it was a big Wii U title. If I'd played it on the Wii U when it was actually for the Wii U, I probably would have thought it was okay, especially because of the power of that system and stuff. But, like,
Yeah.
In terms of being remade and re-released on an Xbox, I think it's a complete waste of time. No wonder it went free for Games for Gold, to be honest, because I don't really see a lot
So
of people...
just that direct port, and they've not really done much to it.
It is a direct port, yeah. And if anything, the only thing that they've done with it is that they've cut out its main feature, which was the fact that you could import like people that you knew and their faces into the game, because that was like the main thing that it was meant to be about. Kind of like how Rainbow Six did that for a while, that you could import your face with the Xbox camera. That was its kind of selling point as a zombie game where you could actually like run away from people that you knew as zombies, which is a kind of cool selling point, to be fair. Like, I can't deny them. They came up with a pretty good idea, but it's just because that feature's not in the game, there's nothing really to recommend it on at all, to be honest. It's a poor game. It plays really poorly. It's not very enjoyable, and I would not recommend it, unfortunately. It's just not something I can kind of, as a person who knows like a good game from a bad game, like that is a terrible game. A truly, truly terrible game, unfortunately. But yeah,
the dragon's an adult.
Oh yeah, Ross got a dragon in his game.
Mm-hmm.
In Ark.
She shoots lightning.
Oh, Ross has put his picture as well of his throat in the chat, if anybody wants to go and gross out of that.
Yeah.
I've really looked at it and thought it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I had a look at that earlier on. Yeah, and Ross can attest to what I said about Medal of Honor Airborne earlier on when I first started playing it. Like, I thought it looked a bit like shit, and I thought it kind of handled like shit, and the control scheme is just not like what you would expect it to be. It's terrible. Like, I won't deny it. The control scheme is fucking atrocious. I haven't played around with the control options, but I've kind of gotten used to it now. And at this point, I kind of refuse to change the control scheme because I feel like, at least if I'm used to this one being bad, it can't get any worse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, initially I kind of disregarded it. I didn't think that this would be a very good... didn't think that this would be a very good game, if I'm perfectly honest. But honestly, it's actually shaping up to be not too bad. I'm enjoying it so far. It's got a really interesting way that you use like the iron sights and the cover mechanic. I originally thought it was really weird, but it's actually quite good. When you aim like down sights, you can't move anymore. You're kind of locked in place, but your left stick becomes like a lean. But if you're crouched, you can also use it to peek. So you can use literally anything as like completely maneuverable cover in like a fairly good way, actually. Because like even the way that like you know how Rainbow Six Siege, Ross, has that sort of mechanic where you can sort of lean left and right, but it's really only it's really only like a particular degree of either way that you can go.
Yeah.
But this one's got like a really good mechanic where you can kind of lean any which way once you're behind cover. Like, maneuverability wise, it is terrible. It's really fucking terrible. But in terms of like the way that this game actually wants you to play, it really works. Because it wants you to make very slow, very calculated moves. It wants you to move up, you know, bit by bit with your squad, who actually do something in this game. They're not just there in the game as NPCs that are fodder. They like the shots that they make actually kill and harm NPCs, and likewise, NPCs can shoot and kill them. You do have a ridiculous number of squad mates. Like, I'm just starting a new mission just now, and there's at least 16 of them in this plane, and there's normally at least 3 planes worth of squad mates that go. It's kind of unique in the way that every single mission starts from a plane, and every single mission starts with you parachuting onto a target, which is kind of a weird way to start, but it's quite interesting because there's like a lot of different ways that can go. Pretty much every single time you're under fire from the fucking get-go. But once you get used to like the mechanics of the game, it's actually not too bad. It's definitely a weird game, but I have been enjoying it.
That's good. Oh.
Like, as far as like it is a pretty fucking terrible game. Like, again, I'm really not gonna lie, but as terrible games go, it's pretty good. Like,
Well, I've been playing Ark the last few days, and it continues to give me enjoyment.
It continues to give you what, sorry?
Enjoyment.
Joy.
Enjoyment.
All right.
Like, he plays the game
I
and
got
enjoys
half
it.
the word.
I do.
Yeah, I only heard half of it as well. I wanted to make sure that that's what you'd said.
Say her to
What's he
give
gonna
me
say?
joy.
Oh, it gives me enjoyment. Oh, I play this game all of a sudden I got a fucking twin growing up Mars. Fuck's sake, Jimmy.
What did you say there, Sonny?
No, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna just assume what I heard originally was correct.
Where'd you go?
That's a tank. Oh dear, oh dear.
Where did you
See,
go?
I'm spending pretty much this whole podcast so far just assuming what I'm hearing because I can't hear shit.
Oh,
No, how come?
his voice has gone a bit skew.
Because the voice is broken as fuck. For the last sort of 10 minutes, I've been getting what Jamie's saying, but it's every 4th or 5th word I'm getting through.
Strange.
There's something,
I mean,
there's something
everyone's
about
fine.
cover. Yeah, I'm getting... Ross comes through better than Jamie. I do have to request that we stop using fucking Discord already because it's doing my nothing.
It's really annoying as well because see the amount of like just sheer hours that I put in with Ross on Discord that are just totally fine. And then the second we sit down to do a podcast, it goes to fucking pot.
See, here's the thing as well, because like last recording, afterwards it was fine, but all the way through the recording, I was having like just audio artifact issues.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point where right now I'm actually ready to put my throne through the wall.
Don't do that.
This is annoying me that much. No, I'd rather not because it's expensive. But yeah, that's the sort of level of frustration I'm getting to.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm gonna play Call of Duty and just double down on anger.
Yeah. I really want to pick up fucking World War II at some point. It looks pretty good as Call of Duty games go.
Yeah, gameplay I've seen it looks pretty good. I'm playing Infinite Warfare as I have been for the past few hours.
How's that? Is it any good?
It's alright. Just get the same issue I've had with the last like 3 or 4 Call of Duties in that it doesn't need to be played in a 3-dimensional space. This whole like jump pack thing does my head in.
Oh, as in just
But
like the way
That being
actually
said, I'm like, yeah. But so that being said, like I am an old school Call of Duty player where I'm used to it's your gun and a person. You know,
Yeah.
if you can get prone or jump to the side fast enough to like get the one up, fair play. But just going straight up to the fucking moon and then fucking 20 feet to your left, it's a little bit like, what the fuck's going on? And something in this game, I'll tag this lobby's get fucking UKIP as their sort of clan tag thing, and already I want to strangle them.
Look at it, UKIP's still a thing.
For some
kinda
fucking
can be.
reason, yes.
Now, see, that's why I'm interested in the new Call of Duty mainly, Alex, because like Advanced Warfare was the last one that I actually played, and I found that was too heavy on jump pack and maneuverability and stuff like that, and it just kind of felt like that was not really kind of what I'm used to.
At the end of the
Call
day,
of Duty being.
if I wanted all that fucking jump around, fucking wall run shit, I'd go play Titanfall.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're totally right. Like,
because that's an older game that does it better.
yeah, and that's the thing as well, is it doesn't do it particularly well. That Call of Duty.
Yeah. Like, I think Titanfall had the sort of parkour mechanics for first-person shooters pretty solid. Anything past that just feels a bit like, well, what's the point?
Yeah, and like, I don't know. I feel like Call of Duty a lot of the time should just be a pretty bare bones but quick action shooter. Like, that's always what it was in my mind. So it should just kind of be good at what it's good at.
Well, it's what I'll notice. And don't get me wrong, I'm not doing terrible right now. And I haven't been doing terrible like all I've been playing it. But I do considerably worse in this version than I do in, say, Call of Duty 4.
Yeah. Which is much more sort of bare bones, man with gun shoots other mans with guns, but shoots them better, therefore wins.
Basically.
Yeah, which is, again, why I'm more interested in this latest Call of Duty, because it's World War II. I'm not going to lie, I fucking love anything set in World War II. Love it. Like, I just really like that setting anyway, but because it's not all
World War II shooters used to be a big thing, and then they went away, and they're coming back, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I quite like a World
Because
War
I think
II
everyone's
shooter.
getting sick of this fucking super futuristic bullshit.
Yeah, that's also why I'm enjoying...
Don't get me wrong, it's got its place.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, don't get me wrong, the first like couple of futuristic shooters that I've played, I've really fucking enjoyed. And I do enjoy a futuristic shooter every now and then. Fucking look at us on Destiny. Like, I still really enjoy Destiny.
Yeah.
Like, I'm burnt out on Destiny right now, but I still enjoy it. I can't deny it's a really fucking good game and it's well put together.
Yeah, it's a fucking solid game, man.
Really solid game.
I'm currently running about with this fucking gun called the Claw as well, and it's basically a street sweeper. Fucking fantastic.
A street sweeper?
It's like it just fucking rains death. Don't know why street sweepers now rain death or anything like that, but you know.
I don't know why, but I pictured like a wee fucking guy just sitting in his tiny little street sweeper going, time to kill the Vex today. I don't know why. As soon as you said that, that was exactly the image in my head.
Catch bitches. Ah, they caught.
Oh, I really want to. I want to like this mechanic of like upgrading guns by using them. Like, the more you use guns in this game, the more that they upgrade themselves kind of as they go. The more kills you get with them. You can get achievements and shit based on like how many kills you've got and then what guns you've upgraded and such.
Fair enough.
Which is kind of cool. But I don't like that every time you actually do, every time you do pull off upgrading a gun, it goes like beyond super slow-mo. And that's just a pain in the ass to deal with.
But do you know what this game's got that the game you're not playing has?
The game that I'm not playing doesn't has what?
I'm gonna try that again, like in sort of the same.
Yeah.
Did you know what this game's got that what you're playing doesn't have?
Yeah.
Aussie Man reviews.
He's great.
For a whole £3.63, you can get a voiceover pack that's fucking Aussie Man reviews. So when you get fucking kill streaks and shit, fucking Aussie Man reviews tells you about it. As much as I want that, I refuse to pay for it.
For a split second, I thought you were still playing Destiny, and then I was like, no, wait a second. Destiny with Ozyman reveals
No,
the
man, Infinite
ghost.
Warfare. That's a game I would play.
I can't deny, like, every now and then, like, I do like a really immersive game, but I like a fucking stupid game every now and then.
Yeah.
Like a what?
Yep.
A stupid game.
Oh yeah, that's why I keep going back to Call of Duty, because it's a fucking, for the most part, it's a brainless shooter.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Farming Simulator. It's
Oh
mindless.
no, it's a grenade.
I like my Stardew.
Yeah, you're quite into
Although
your
it's not
farming
very
sims.
mindless. There's a
I'm
lot to
into
think
sim
about.
games. I like simulating.
Have you ever actually played The Sims, Ross?
Yes.
Do you like The Sims?
I used to like it when I was
Sims
little, not so much now. Because I get bored very easily in that one.
Yeah, to be fair, my experience of The Sims more recently has been spend like
3 hours designing the house.
3 hours designing the house, then think about the kind of family and the style and the people that are going to live in it, and then live with them normally for about 10 minutes.
And then kill them all.
Then use cheats to get loads of money. Then go and do something else for a minute. Then try and continue to play the game
Then kill them
normally.
all.
Then get bored, then kill them all.
Wow, you took ages to get to kill them
Do
all.
you think I'll wait to kill them all?
Yeah.
I know, I kill them all within like the first 2 minutes of actually having them in the house. I plan my houses around killing them.
See, what I think would be a good series to do is if you could try and, like, because you know how you've got like the supernatural shit and stuff in The Sims these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much in all of them. I'm pretty sure it started at number 2. I don't know how flexible 3 and 4 is with their supernatural stuff, but in number 2 anyway, you could literally combine. Sometimes you needed cheats to do it, but you could combine absolutely everything together.
No, you needed cheats to do all that.
What, even in number
You
2?
couldn't do it. Yeah, you couldn't do it naturally.
I'm pretty sure you could do some of them naturally, especially when the other packs came in.
No, you mean like combined a fairy and a werewolf?
Yeah, well, I never played with fairies much, but like I'm on about like plant person and the werewolf. You remember when the plant people were a thing?
Yeah, I remember. No, you had to use cheats to do that.
Ah, that's so annoying.
Well, you had to have the cheats enabled to do that. I know that because you couldn't do it. Because even if like I was about to say bred like 2 your Sims. If 2 your Sims had a child, and your 2 Sims were like a werewolf and a plant
Child.
person, then you couldn't do it. Then it would just come out as one of them.
What I always found was it's really strange sort of like interpretations of how those supernatural things worked. Like obviously it had to be a certain way for it to actually work with the game in general.
I want to get like Sim Supernatural and create all you guys in Sims.
What supernatural beings are we going to be?
Well, I really want to do Alex as a fairy just because I think it would be hilarious with the beard and then being a fairy.
See what I
I'm a
pictured.
fucking great fairy.
I pictured either Ross or Alex as a werewolf. I think Ross would be a good werewolf.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking Ross as werewolf.
See, I'm thinking Ross as werewolf because how it works in The Sims as well is every time you turn into a werewolf, your Sim just gets progressively grumpier.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but for the most part, like the werewolf
Get turned on, bitch.
doesn't actually like make any much difference at all.
Fucking hellbillies have destroyed my car. Sorry, they're just sorry.
I hate
What?
when that happens.
I'm playing GTA and the fucking hillbillies have destroyed my car.
Hillbilly fucks.
Absolute arseholes. Fuck's sake. Never been more annoyed now. It's not even just any car, it's my Deluxo.
Have you put the guns on it yet?
I've got guns on it.
Guns and missiles?
Yes. I am now skint.
I won't lie. It is a much improved vehicle after having those guns and shit put on it.
It's just an awesome vehicle.
It is really good. Like, it's not the fastest, it's not the most powerful, and it's like not the most resilient to damage or anything like that.
It's a good all-rounder.
It's probably the best all-rounder, just even in terms of where you can take it and what you can do with it.
It can be a boat, it can be a plane, it can shoot shit.
It can just be a standard automobile if you wanted to.
Yeah.
What
To
the
be fair,
fuck do
how
you
often
mean?
do you have it?
This Oviraptor I'm trying to tame, it won't fucking eat anything.
Maybe it's not hungry.
Did you ask as well how often you actually have it in just like normal car mode?
I know you do. You have it on norm.
Yeah.
You have it normal car mode quite a lot.
It's because with all the upgrades, it's actually pretty fast.
Yeah, but then I don't have all the upgrades.
And it handles a little bit better like when you're on the ground. So I kind of use that to my advantage.
See, I like drifting off of hills and like doing jumps in it and going from car mode to flying mode.
What I really like doing is going from car mode to like hover mode or flight mode when you're meant to be like when you're meant to be like doing a stunt jump or something like that, because it just like breaks the game. It's really unsure what to do.
It's like technically you did the jump, but you didn't land it, so I don't know.
Yeah, because it freaks the stunt camera out as well, because the stunt camera does all sorts of weird shit once you start doing that.
Well, the one thing I really don't like about it is I find it harder to get it to the ground without just going into straight car mode.
What do you mean, like in terms of landing it in flight mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, it's not particularly keen to fly, but it's not particularly keen to land either. Like, once it's kind of hovering, it likes the height that it's at, and nothing else. Well, I probably want to hold on to the rocket launcher because the rocket launcher is good.
Oh shit! I'm facing the wrong way. Fuck's sake! I'm trying to ambush something.
It's the right way.
Yeah, but I'm on a bridge. Can't really 3-point turn on a bridge. Austin Powers it.
If I can 3-point turn in the fucking alleyway, the Trongate, then you can do that.
What made you pick up WRX, Alex?
I was in game. It was cheap.
How cheap?
That's it. To be fair, wasn't that cheap. It's 30 quid. But that's down from 50.
Yeah, I was waiting to say that's
fucking hell
for like a pretty much brand new game.
Yeah, it didn't come out really that long ago. So it's like mine. I kind of enjoy it. I kind of don't. I'm torn.
How like we spent quite a long time speaking about Forza, another podcast, so I'm cautious of approaching the car games topic again so soon to that. But
no, it's just that it's a good game. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks good. It plays pretty well, but it's not as sim-like as I'm used to.
Is it a little bit sort of arcadey, even though it's meant to be a rally sim?
Yeah, there's certain elements of it that it's just kind of like, oh, that makes zero sense.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, kill a fucking spectator. Oh, it's only a 9-second penalty. Oh.
Oh, really? That's so weird.
Oh yeah, you can legit just fly through a crowd of people. It like cuts the screen to black, so you don't actually see you plowing through like 20 innocent people. But it's just like you plow through them, screen goes black, 9-second penalty.
Well, see, I want a mod that stops the screen from going black so I can see the destruction that I've just caused. I want to see them fucking domino everywhere.
Why?
Because it'd be
Why not?
funny. Be funnier. Be funnier than the screen
Fair point.
cut into black.
Yeah, but then again, it's a rally game. It's not.
It's not meant to be a
not
mass
GTA.
murder. It's not meant to be a mass murder sim. Stop throwing grenades, you fuck.
No.
This guy is really entrenched, and he just keeps fucking pinging grenades over his fucking bunker.
Yeah. You also got that whole thing where you need to play through like different levels of like rallying. It's not like the old WRC games where it's like you're jumping straight in at the WRC level.
Oh right, okay. So
you need to do junior WRC. You need to do WRC 2, and then you can hopefully progress onto the actual road rally cars. Because right now I'm racing a fucking Skoda Fabia, and I'm not loving it.
So it's like, what's the car selection like? Is it got like a good selection of cars? Like, is it varied, or is it just like your steady what you would?
It's literally it is the cars of the 2017 WRC in both junior WRC 2 and the actual World Rally Championship. It is just all the cars and most of the stages from last year's WRC events.
To be fair, like if they've modelled all that stuff pretty well, then that would be fairly impressive as an amount of content.
Yeah. I'm wrong, like the cars look good. The damage modeling on the cars is pretty good. The damage can hamper your ability to drive the car, as you'd expect.
Which is really needed in a sim game.
What?
It's really needed in a car sim game, especially.
What's that? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But it's that way. I don't know. I was kind of expecting it to be a big difference because of when it was released. For the PlayStation 2, I think it's WRC 2 or something like that. Had for the PlayStation. Don't know why I went Elmer Fudd there, but yeah. But
oh, fuck off.
It's that, but yeah, but like they've added the whole like contracts and progression feature to it, which has made it worse than that WRC game because the actual core mechanics of the game haven't changed. Which is annoying.
So, like, you're saying from basically, you're saying from a game that you haven't a game
from fucking 2003 to now, they've not changed much.
Yeah. Which, to be fair,
they've literally changed they've changed the cars, they've changed the names of the drivers, and they've changed some of the stages. That's about it. But yeah, and added like the whole contract thing.
Do you play as your own like character, own driver, or are you playing as like a person from?
You punch in your own name. You don't actually play as another driver, as far as I can tell so far. There might be a way to do that, but I haven't done it yet. Actually, I tell you, if you go into the sort of solo mode and just sort of quick play, you can just pick a random rally driver and drive as them. So like you could be Yari Matalaval if you wanted to, or you could be Oitanak, guys like that. But see, I mean, a great example is when I finished off the junior WRC bit last night.
Mm-hmm.
Played through that, finished it. On the fucking podium, there's my wee guy and 5 other wee guys who look just like my wee guy. Black suit, black helmet, nothing like distinctive about any of them. Like the team colours for the race suits wasn't different, the helmets weren't different. It was just my wee guy copy and pasted 5 times.
Yeah, which
was again frustrating.
Yeah, not really what you're looking for in something like that. That you want to really, the kind of people that would buy that game are really wanting to be fully immersed in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's that way. Like, I just wanted to pick up the game like I did with the old WRC game, and just jump straight into driving at that level with those cars, like I did back with WRC 2 or 3. I forget which one it was.
Mm-hmm.
Way back in the day, it still had Subarus in it, so it was cool. I wasn't driving fucking. What do you call them?
Skoda Fabias.
Toyota Aigos.
Yeah,
that's the other thing as well. Fucking WRC 2 cars are fucking, like, as far as street cred go, cooler than the current WRC cars.
That is
what the fuck has happened to rallying.
It's true actually. Like I was really surprised. Like I've not actively watched rallying for a number of years, but in my old work, like they occasionally just had random sport on the TV.
Yeah.
And so with your random sport, you would literally get every different possible sport you could conceive of. So
Yeah.
Rallying did come on at one point, and I was really surprised at just the sheer number of like it just wasn't even like anything really spectacular. Like Rallying came on, and I was like, oh, cool, Rallying. Not watched this for a number of years. Wonder how much it's changed. Wonder what kind of cars they're driving now, and was really surprised to see that they were pretty much all driving like hatchbacks.
I mean, the hatchbacks have been a big thing in rallying for decades.
Yeah, forever.
But
it's just really weird to see that
these are
pretty
eco
much-
cars start driving now.
Yeah, it's just really weird to see that that's all they're driving as well. Like there's not much variety in it.
Yep. 1.6 turbo all-wheel drive cars based around small city hatchbacks. It's depressing, man.
Oh, that's a grenade again.
And because the modulation rules have fucking changed, like a few years ago, they don't need to actually produce cars that are as close to the actual rally cars anymore.
Mhm.
So gone are the days where we're gonna get things like the the Evos, the WRX STIs, because the companies don't need to do that shit anymore.
Yeah, they don't, because that was their rule, wasn't it? That you need to produce at least 400 road legal versions of your rally car.
Yeah,
Was that not?
that used to be 300 because that's how many STI. Like I'm just basing it off of the Evos and the Imprezas and that they would make 300 every year.
Mhm.
Because that's what they had to make. They had to make 300 every year for that car to be able to run in that championship.
Mhm.
And like when I seen a few years ago, like this was before I found out that the rules around that had changed. When I found out that Volkswagen had jumped into the WRC, I knew it was going to be the Polo they were using because of the size of the cars at the time. So I was like, all right, sweet, we're going to get an all-wheel drive Polo. This is going to be fucking sweet. They didn't.
Did they just...
Germany got a Polo R, and that was it.
Oh, good. I'm pretty sure we've got that now as well. The Polo R. I think it's come.
What?
I think it's come nationwide.
No, initially.
All right, sorry, yeah. Fuck off.
But now that fucking Volkswagen are no longer involved in WRC again, which is shit.
I am bursting for a shite.
Go for one.
I can go for a shite.
I might.
We can wrap up early, depending on how long you're going to be. You can go away and come back.
Why pop down?
I really don't know how long I'll be. That's the thing with my shits.
Just remember to lube up. Get out of the way.
No, I should be alright.
Do you know what I found really sad?
What's sad? Oh,
Midget.
Ross having all this shit.
No, well, it
Midget
does
sounds
involve
sad,
shit.
Midget
It
get me
does
happy.
involve Ross. Like,
right?
like
Mhm.
to the point where after like Jamie's gone for a shit, he comes back and I go, "Have you text Ross about it yet?"
It's true, you do that now, yeah. It was literally as well.
That's just a thing that we do. We shit and we talk about it.
It's really funny as well because that was legitimately just one time that I came back to the bedroom after doing so.
And I was like, "What are you doing?" You went, "Texting Ross about my shit."
I've just really got to tell Ross about this one.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Lightens up my day.
You get one that's an absolute fucking monster. You need to let the boy know.
Yeah. The amount of times that I've texted you and been so tempted to attach a photo because it's just a work of art.
Well, what did I?
I'm glad you haven't.
Shuani doesn't understand.
No.
I made
Don't.
it. It's mine.
I was discussing that with Heather at one point as well, and she doesn't get it either.
No. Women tend not to.
Does Jess understand your need for this, or is she equally bemused by it?
No, I'll ask her. Jess, do you understand my need to share my bodily functions and when I take a shit with Jamie and Alex? No, she doesn't. But She's saying a lot of folk share their bowel movements with her, but she's a nurse, so that's why.
Yeah, I guess so.
But no, it's just like,
She's got a
right,
point.
Johnny, it's all about the fact that it's something I've made. Me. I made that,
Uh-huh.
right? You guys get it with something else. You guys get it with babies, because it's been inside you for so long.
Right.
We will never have that experience, so we have to substitute it with poo.
Nah, I
take a
still
little
don't
moment.
get it.
But it's worse because we have to get rid of it. We have to drown the baby. Our baby. We have to say goodbye
Yeah.
to it. Because we
Their
like
baby.
to treasure the moment and share it.
Okay. I still don't get it, but okay.
Treasure the moment, then share it. Ross Kerr.
And then kill it. This fucking armadillo's going nuts.
Oh, I didn't expect that to look really satisfying in this game, but it was.
What was it?
I have no ammo left in anything apart from this fucking bazooka. So I've just bazookaed a Nazi in the face, and it was really satisfying to watch it blow up right in his pus.
Nice. Fuck off, Mr. Robot Man.
Oh, I just got a fucking call.
That's nothing. Why am I fucking fighting robots?
Why not?
Because it's people, man. Why do you take the same amount of shots to kill a robot as it does to kill a fucking person? Like, continuity, man.
Well, they didn't want to be accused of cheating, so
Accused of
cheating.
fucking it's robots, dude. So they do, they cheat.
Robot dudes.
Didn't they prove that in a test? Like, of an AI, an AI was given like a game and a set of rules, and another AI was given the same game with a similar set of rules, apart from it was allowed to cheat and change values. And like, they were wondering whether or not it would take an amount of time for it to want to change the values, or if it would just do it straight away. And the AI like pretty much immediately made the game as in its favor as it possibly could, given the rule set.
As it made it as what?
As in its favor as possibly could. That's maybe not a very good way to word that, but
Okay.
Gave itself all the advantage.
pretty much, yeah. Do you know what I
It
find?
was like a DM. It was rolling behind the screen.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Do you know what I find kind of weird at the moment? See, like going back and playing like older games, because I'm kind of like I'm on a bit of a mix of like various games at the mo. And see, when I go and play an older game, I'm very quick to look up the cheats for it, just because I've already played it and stuff, and like I'm just going back to have some enjoyment out of it. So I just like go into the cheats and see like how much I can break the game, just with a base.
See, I do that as well.
But
Yeah.
I
Once you
very-
fucking played through it, it's fine.
Yeah. I had an instance of somebody asking me to
Yeah.
look up cheats for like a really new game the other day. I can't remember what game it was, but I was kind of perplexed by the thing, because I've never actually like even Googled like the name of a game followed by cheats for a very, very long time in terms of new games.
What happened?
What happened with what? Oh,
I got roboted. I get killed by a robot pretending to be a dog.
Mm.
a robot dog?
Is she alright?
A robot thing.
Just what we were asking. You're right, hen. You dying?
Oh,
You'll be surprised. It was Alex that asked first.
No, I just wanted to do it quietly, you know.
Don't know if she looks happy about that or not.
okay. It's about time to wrap.
Oh,
What?
for fuck's sake.
What's happened, Johnny?
I just
Sounds
got
happy about
shot in the pus.
I hate when that happens.
It'll ruin your day right quick.
Mm-hmm.
It will do. It will do.
Ah!
Here, you fuck.
Nice shot in the butt.
equally bad.
I wouldn't say it's equally bad. You can survive getting shot in the butt, getting shot in the face. Tends to be fatal.
Yeah, but then it's uncomfortable to sit down.
Like that.
At least if you're shot in the face, you can't complain about it.
I'm trying to steal
That's what if you get shot in the
supplies,
face,
but
you don't really
I'm
know about it.
stuck.
Yeah. I'm really annoyed about how I think about some of these things now.
What?
Oh, that was really satisfying.
You're not hearing any of what he's saying, are you?
Not a fucking thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I imagine Alex.
I love this. We should end. This is just a technical nightmare of a podcast.
It is a bit of a technical nightmare, yeah. But it is pretty much.
End
time.
this before I fucking go spare and end everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty much time to end anyway. Alright, if you enjoyed the podcast, check out the channel. We do Let's Plays every Friday and a podcast every 2 weeks on a Tuesday. So we'll see you in 2 weeks' time with another podcast.
Bi-weekly. Yeah.
Bi-weekly.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we're shite.